What's going on, everyone? It's Monday morning, and as usual, I'm headed out. I've got 3 stores that I'm going to today. I'm going to be headed to the town my dad lives in, spend some time there. And then, as always, I'll show you in-store footage, show you what I'm getting, and let you know of some sales I'm making throughout the day if I make any more. Just showed you my weekend sales sitting on the porch, ready to go out. It's been actually a really good morning. I sold like 5 or 6 items already for $225 this morning, which is a great start for me on a Monday morning. Those are all shipped and ready to go. Before I get going to the first store, I had a jacket that I sold, a Patagonia like puffer jacket for $80, shipped it out first class. I believe I put insurance on it, but it's shipped it out a week ago and it's still showing that it's in the same town, or that it's in my hometown. So buyer reached out asking what's going on with the jacket. It's a Christmas gift, and I said, hey, I shipped it out. I sent it to the post office. I've had this happen before, where it doesn't show movement for a week and then it eventually delivered. So let's sit tight. I opened up a case on USPS website, and just hopefully it will get moving soon. It's going to Alabama, which isn't that far away. And hopefully this buyer gets it in time for Christmas. So keep an eye on tracking for some of your items, especially if it doesn't matter if they're expensive or not. All the items are important, but if you have buyers reach out, I would open up claims on the USPS website and at least get someone else looking for that package, and at least show eBay that you're taking steps to help buyers out, especially during a time when it's a little more stressful and people are getting gifts. So we'll keep an eye on that jacket, and hopefully it gets to moving soon. But let's get to it. I want to get into some stores and see what I can find this morning. I'll bring you along. Let's go. I got to Goodwill this morning. I don't know if you can see it through there, but they're closed. They're usually open at 9, but due to a little bit of snow, they're not opening until 10. So that's kind of funny, but to each his own, I guess. So I figured I would use this time just to go over some sales that I made this morning. So this first item was the most recent. I just accepted this offer. It was a shirt, Mountain Khakis shirt. Mountain Khakis is a great brand, but the shirts don't sell as well. This was, I think, a Western shirt, if I remember right. I'll put a picture up here. But I got $22 of the shipping. 20 to 25 is about what you can expect for Mountain Khakis shirts. Pants will sell for 25 to 35, somewhere in that range. Those are definitely better sellers. So, up to you if you want to pick up the Mountain Khaki brand in a shirt. So 22, not a great, that's an okay flip. 25 is kind of the sweet spot. That's usually the minimum I want to take, but I figured, keep flipping those items. You have a buyer in hand, just take it. And then I sold full price this pair of True Religion, I think it's Billy jeans, if I remember right. They were thick stitch, great. True Religion for guys is a great brand. For women, I just don't pick them up as much anymore. They don't sell for me. I know there may be others out there that have more success with them, but for some reason, women's don't sell for me for as much. So I definitely pick up the men's if they're in great condition and have the thick stitch, if they have those back pockets that have like the really cool stitching design, the look that kind of True Religion, BKE, some of these designer jeans have. I don't really know what that's called. Is that embellished? I've said embellished in the past, but I don't know if that's right. So maybe one of you can correct me on what that look is on the back pockets, so that I can start identifying them accurately, I guess. But I got $43.83 on those with shipping, so that was a great sale this morning. I had a buyer make an offer about 3 weeks ago for $30 plus 8 shipping, and I took it. And then he never paid, and he kept saying, hey, I'm going to pay at this date. And I was like, that's like 10 to 14 days after when you accepted the offer. They're going to cancel out by then. You have to make a payment before then. And he kept saying, I'm going to pay on December 4th. And I kept telling him, you have to pay before that or it's going to cancel. So he didn't pay. They canceled. Then he sent me a message like 2 days later, like, hey, I'm ready to pay for these. And I said, transaction canceled. If you want to go find them, you can make an offer and then just pay for them. And then he never reached back out. So I got a best offer for $43.83 on these. So, sometimes it works out when buyers fall through or things like that happen. I don't know if you all saw my TikTok on the Burberry jacket, but I accepted an offer on a wool like trench coat Burberry vintage jacket for $350. Buyer never paid. It canceled out, relisted, same day it sold for $570. So, sometimes things that we consider as like unfortunate or bad luck or whatever ends up turning out for better. So keep that in mind when you have things happen. It doesn't always happen that way for me, but sometimes it does. In this case, it did. And yeah, just talking about that Burberry coat, that's the best flip I've ever had. $570. I paid $6 for it at Salvation Army. I hardly ever find Burberry, but I picked it up and just was so ecstatic. Looked up comps. There weren't really any sold comps that compared with this jacket. It was a wool alpaca heavy coat, and it was a larger size. I think it was like 2XL. So I had it priced around $1,000 just because when I had, sorry, it's getting kind of cold in here. When you have something that doesn't have any comps, I know it's a unique piece, I typically will price it on the higher end and then just bring it down. Had it priced at $1,000, got a couple of watchers on it, a couple offers as well, but nothing close. Then I kept dropping it. I had it at $5.99 or $6.99, and finally it sold for that $5.70 range. So I ended up making about $500 profit on that $6 coat that I picked up at Salvation Army. That's the second Burberry's coat that I've picked up this winter and sold. I had another women's Burberry trench coat that I picked up for $10 and flipped for $250. So between those two, $800, $16 spent. Those were two great flips for me, and some of the best flips I've had in general. So yeah, great flips. Trying to think of some other items that I've sold this morning while I'm waiting for them to open. Let's see, I had an LL Bean, like a Christmas, like holiday pattern button-down shirt. Nothing like it was cotton, so it wasn't wool, but it was in great condition. I think it was like a large or XL. It was like that red check, like that holiday pattern that you see. I had a buyer make an offer for $20 plus 5 shipping. I came back at $25. I didn't hear from him again, and then someone came in and made an offer for $25, and I took it. So that sold for $30. And then let's see, what else did I sell? I may have to look these up real quick and then come back to you. All right, I just pulled them up so I could give you more details on the other items that sold this morning. Man, I do that quite a bit, this little thing right here. So I apologize if I have already done this like 4 times in this video. Weird things that we do. Weird things that I do. I sold this Marmot cotton flannel. I picked it up for $1 at the Goodwill bins and sold it for $28.83. That was a great flip. Went out this morning. I sold this Pendleton Expedition shirt. Pendleton's a great brand, but this was cotton. It wasn't wool, so it doesn't go for as much, but it went for $33 on a best offer, including shipping. That was another great flip this morning. And then Bolo alert, I have a new brand Bolo alert. Lansky Brothers, this silk, like Hawaiian striped. I say Hawaiian, but I guess I was just thinking the silk. It's like the black and the white stripe. I guess, it could be more of like a Hawaiian type shirt if you wanted to wear it like that. It was 2XL. This was a new brand for me, and I picked it up. I sold it on a best offer of $35 all in, so that's a great flip. Kind of like a Nat Nast, I guess, would be a brand I would compare it to. Those are some of the sales I've got this morning. I'm gonna go and turn off now, and then I'll just wait for them to open up. We're 10 minutes away. right, guys, I'm leaving that store, and I'm really happy with those things that I found in there. A lot of those I showed you, but the LL Bean chamois shirt, haven't found an LL Bean in a while like that, so that goes for probably 35 to 40. It's a vintage shirt by the tag. So $4 into, we'll call it 35. Also, it's funny that I was talking about mountain khaki this morning because I found that shirt that I showed you and the pants. So a shirt and pair of pants in that store, which is crazy. I don't find that brand that often. But I did pick up both of them. The shirt was like, it was XL and it was a flannel. So that's great, obviously. Flannels, heavier, cottons go for more money. So I should expect 25 to 30 for that. Those pants, the same, 25 to 30. Mountain khaki usually makes like a very heavy outdoor pant, and then they also make more of like a casual, lighter weight, like twill. These are more of the lighter weight twills, which are still desirable, but they don't get as much money as like the heavier weights. So I shouldn't have a problem getting 50 for both of those, and again, paying like $8 for both those items. Those are great finds. So funny how I mentioned mountain khaki and found them. Doesn't happen that often, but yeah, I'll take it. Got just some like brand new shorts. You got a couple of vintage t-shirts that weren't that much, so I took a chance on them. That Mecca shirt that I think I showed you in the store, and that vintage Harley shirt that I showed you. I think I showed you. It didn't have a size tag. I think it was 3XL. What was I saying? Oh, it was the South Africa edition, which I think, because it wasn't like a US edition, I thought maybe that had more value. So I went ahead and picked it up. It was $1.50, so I can at least get $10 to $15 out of it if it doesn't go for more. But I'll probably price that high and then see if I can snag someone. If not, I'll drop it down. The Mecca shirt, I'll probably do the same with that. Price it around that $30 to $40 range unless I find there wasn't like a sold comp. So if I find a sold comp, I'll price it accordingly. If not, I'll just price it high and see if I can get someone, because it was a pretty sweet design that was on that shirt. Other than that, I picked up 2 sets of like dinnerware, 3 of those rooster plates. I should get, I'd say like $40 to $50 for all 3 of those that I paid $6 for. And then I picked up that, it was made in Italy, I think Mimark. I think it was M-I-M-A-R-K. I didn't spend a lot of time looking at it. It was hard to read, but there was a direct comp for just the serving bowl for, I think, 40 to 50, and the thing that I got was $10. It was the serving bowl and then 4 plates. So 40 to 50 out of that serving bowl alone, given that it's in good condition. I couldn't really see it because it was taped shut, but with those plates, I would assume maybe $75 to $100, somewhere in there. I didn't look up comps for the plates because the serving bowl was enough, but yeah, very happy with what I got. So let's go on to the next one and see what I can find there. All right, guys, that was another great thrift run today. I've got one more store, but I'm stopping at my dad's house, and then I'm gonna hit that up But let me just mention like 3 or 4 pairs of shoes that I pulled out of that Goodwill. It's actually been really good for me lately. I don't usually find a lot of shoes like I used to in Colorado. Here I'll find like 1 pair, maybe 2, but very rarely do I go to thrift stores here and find several pairs of shoes worth picking up. I got a pair of brand new boots. They were Cavenders, still had the tags on them, and they had them marked for 20 bucks. So sometimes Goodwill marks things high, and then sometimes they're reasonable. For brand new boots, $20 is actually pretty reasonable. I should get close to 100 for those. I was trying to figure out if I wanted those Hokas or not. They were asking 25, which was right on the line. Had they been more, I would have left them, but I did pick them up. I should get close to 50 to 60 for those because the soles were in excellent condition. So I think it's an older model, but it's still great condition. So for paying $25, if I flip it for 50, I'm only really gonna make like 15 bucks. Hopefully I'll get closer to that 60 mark and be able to pocket another 10 profit. And then I picked up the Crocs, like heels, leopard print shoes for women. I didn't have any sold comps on them, and I didn't look for a long time. They were only, I think they were 10 bucks, but half price. But someone had them listed new for $125, and those looked like they'd only been worn like twice. So definitely pick those up, take a chance on that for 5 or 10 bucks, and see if I get home when I look up comps, if I can find some specific sold comps for those, because those are a unique piece. Like the leopard print definitely makes those more desirable. Other than that, I also got the Nike hiking boots. Those were old school vintage Nike hiking boots, and saw some sweet comps for those as well. Not specific exact comps, but someone was selling a vintage pair of Nike boots for, I think they sold them for $125. I don't know that I'll get that much, but even if I get 50 plus on boots that I paid $10 for, I'll be happy with that. So there were some other items in there as well, clothing wise, that were great as well. And then I got this massive Dory plush. Anytime you can find like Disney or Pixar characters, especially when it's this big, I mean, this is massive. I could not find a comp on it for that size, but there were some that were like 6 inches that were going for like $15. So that's probably, I'd say that's about 2 feet long, 1.5 feet to 2 feet long, which means I'm probably gonna list that around 30, 40, somewhere in there. I don't know, I'll do more research on that as well, but I would think at least 30 at a very minimum. May sit for a while, but you know, trying to branch out and get new stuff. So yeah, I'll see what it looks like when I go to list that and price it accordingly. All right, well, that's all I'm gonna show you for that store. I spent, I think it was $110, but I've already mentioned a couple items that should go for around the $100 range. So I think I more than made up for how much I spent. That was a great run. Let's go to Dad's and then one more thrift store today. What's going on, guys? So I went to the third store yesterday, actually, and I'm just now filming this because I wasn't able to film in the store. So I'm gonna show you some of the items that I got. And just keep in mind that the first 2 stores, I showed you quite a bit of what I got in the store, so I won't go over those again, but I will show you some of the items that I got at the third store, and then we'll call it a day. So thank you for watching this far. Let me show you what I got. In total, I spent $54. Not sure if you can see it right there, but I'll go ahead and go over these items now. This first one needs no explanation. Ralph Lauren, medium blue. Nothing, I don't get too excited about these shirts anymore just because I find them so much. But for something that I pay $4 for on average on a Ralph Lauren, I can easily flip this for $23 to $27 on the smaller sizes, and usually 23 or 4 to 30 on the larger. There's another dress shirt. It's LL Bean. It's another small men's, it's medium. But it's got a great color. It's like an Oxford shirt, which is like a heavier cotton, blue and pink striped, really well done. LL Bean should get $25 on this. This next shirt is Brooks Brothers. That's what the tag looks like. I pick up these Brooks Brothers shirts if they're in great condition, have great colors, and larger sizes. This was a size 16 by 32 sleeves, so probably a little on the smaller size there, but I'm usually looking for larger sizes. Brooks Brothers, I get 25 to 30 all day. Now, I don't pick those up all the time, and I don't have very many in my store, but the 2 or 3 that I have sold recently have gone for great money. So it is something where, as I mentioned, if they are in great condition, I will pick them up. All right, I got another LL Bean here, just a standard button-down shirt, blue, just pretty plain shirt. Size on this is men's medium, 100% cotton, $20 to $25 on this. This next brand I haven't found in a while, but Untuck It. There's the tag. Usually right here on the tag, you'll see if it's slim fit, regular, the size. This is an extra large, 100% cotton, not slim fit, but this is a great color. It's a blue like gingham check, and it's actually short sleeve, which I've never found short sleeve before. So Untuck It, $25 to $30 on this. Great shirt. I used to find these quite a bit in Denver, but I don't find them as much here in Arkansas. This brand is Territory Ahead, and this is a vintage tag. Looks like that, and this is a pretty cool shirt. It's a long sleeve blue, but it's got like a really textured pattern. Great colors, and I think it's a large, and it's a cotton rayon blend. So Territory Ahead, I get $25 to $30. Here's another Brooks Brothers tag. I'll show you the tag here anyways. I was looking at it, I was a little thrown off because it said 17-5, and I don't know what the 5 means. I was wondering if this was fake or women's. It's not women's, and I don't know if it's fake, but it's a Brooks Brothers tag. I'll do some research on that. $25 to $30. This next shirt is women's, and it's J. Crew Mercantile. Mercantile is their like factory type, lower grade J. Crew line. This was new with tags. This is the reason why I picked it up. Women's, just a white like blouse, new with tags. I should get anywhere, I would say $20 to $25 for this. This next shirt, if you can find the Cabela's like guide wear, then I would say pick it up. I was looking actually to see if it had guide wear, and I didn't see it on there. But it's not necessarily guide wear, but it is one of those like types of shirts. It's like nylon or polyester. It's vented in the back, or I thought it was vented. I guess it's not vented in the back, but it's one of those like outdoor fishing shirts where it's really moisture wicking, lightweight. Oh, it is vented in the back. Okay, there it is. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a Cabela's XL. $25 to $30 on that one. LL Bean is a brand I haven't talked about in a while, but I found a couple lately. Don't really think I need to show you the tag on that, but this is just a men's large short sleeve shirt. This was actually half price, so I got it for $2. Shouldn't have a hard time flipping it for $20 to $25. Just know that when you're picking up like short sleeve versus long sleeve, I think the long sleeve go a little better as far as price wise than the short sleeve do, just because even in the middle of summer, you've got more people who are looking for like business dress shirts, so they'll still wear long sleeve in the summer and the winter, whereas most people aren't going to buy a short sleeve shirt to wear in the winter. So I definitely think that long sleeve button down shirts sell better and for a little more money than short sleeves, but I still do pick up short sleeve. I'm just a little pickier on what I'm looking for, and I just keep into account that I will get slightly less money, and if it's a smaller size, those are all factors that kind of factor into whether I pick up or not. This next brand is a great brand that I don't find very much here, but it's Nat Nast. I'll show you the logo here. There it is, as you can see, 2XL, and this is a linen silk blend shirt. It's a great shirt with like the metallic buttons, blue color. I should get about $35 for this shirt pretty easy, just because it is a larger size and it is a linen silk blend. Nat Nast is a great brand. Could possibly get up to 40 on that. I'll probably list it around 40 with shipping and then take a best offer at 35, so somewhere in that range. This next shirt is a vintage Patagonia. There's the tag. Just a basic like outdoor like casual shirt, very lightweight. The material is 100% cotton, but it's kind of that hemp feel, and it's a large. So I should get about $25 for this. This next brand I don't pick up that often, and I wouldn't recommend that you do unless you know what to look for. It's Joseph A. Bank, and I usually only pick up their blazers, like their men's corduroy jackets or their tweed or wool like blazers or new with tag stuff. This is a new with tag shirt, so I picked it up. But other than that, I don't pick up Joseph A. Bank. I don't recommend picking up their dress shirts. I just haven't, well, I haven't really tried to sell them, but I just know that comps don't go for that much. I've had a couple of items, not necessarily dress shirts, but like sweaters and things in my store, and they just kind of sit. But this is just like a men's polo shirt, and like I said, only reason why I got it was new with tags, and it is like a stretchy feel. So I shouldn't have a problem getting 25 bucks for this. This next item, I don't typically pick up Gap items, but when it's a wool sweater and it's a larger size, definitely something that I'll consider a lot of brands on. This was 3XL tall, so great size, 3XL. Had a really unique pattern on the front of like 2 axes, and it was 100% lamb's wool, I believe. Actually, no, it was a lamb's wool blend. So it was 55% lamb's wool, which is still good in my book. This sweater should fetch in the 30s for something like this. So $30 to $40. And again, with that, I'll list it around that $40 range, and then take offers anywhere from 30 and up. Wool sweaters are great, guys, and just know that now's the time to be listing and then selling those. You know, just keep in mind, if you stock up a lot on wool sweaters or sweaters in general, you know, here in 3 or 4 months, well, probably less than that, here in a couple of months, it's mid-December, but in 2 to 3 months, people are going to stop buying sweaters and start looking towards more summer, spring gear. So you definitely want to price those to sell if you're listing those in the next month or two. And lastly, a brand I talk about a little bit. The brand is Bonobos. There's the tag right there. And what I tell you with Bonobos is to look in the back pockets, look for these cool patterns. This one doesn't really have a cool pattern, but this brand still sells. I should get a minimum of $25 for these, and probably at the most 30 bucks. But I'm curious on these. They look like they're brand new. Tag doesn't even look like it's been worn much, and then there's a little like paper thing around the button that would come with a new with tags item. So I'll probably list these as excellent condition, like new, even though I don't know whether they are new without tags or not. I'll just list them as, like I said, excellent condition, and hopefully when the buyer gets them, they'll go, wow, these are better than I thought, which is kind of what you want. You want the buyer to get them and go, wow, condition is better than I thought it was, you know, and of course they're going to give you positive feedback. So $25 to $30 on these. So that was everything from the third store, that last Goodwill. Probably about 15 to 20 items, $55 spent. A handful of those items are half price, so instead of paying like $4, I got them for $2. And I'll just check to make sure. Yeah, that was it. I thought maybe I had some like China or something else, but I didn't. So I just want to thank you for watching this video. I'm about to actually record a what sold video here after I stop recording this. So if you're in my channel and you're looking for some videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll be getting videos and notifications when I do release new videos. Make sure to hit the bell if you want to be notified when that video drops, at real time when it drops. And then if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my video, and I really appreciate it, guys. If you have any questions at all, leave me a comment below. I'll answer as quickly as I can. And message me and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know where my viewers are tuning in from, so I can get an idea of where on the map you are. So thanks so much for watching this, guys. I appreciate you following me along on my thrift store day today. Have a good one, and happy selling. Bye.